Well, if you haven't seen any of my shorts today, you won't know that we just got a foot of snow here in the Vale, and it has been cold and exhausting with all the shoveling and trying to get snow off of cars. But it's safe to say that I will not be able to get out of my driveway tomorrow. There is no way. The streets are not plowed. It's just all white outside. So it's pretty to look at, not so much fun for anything else. But that's okay, because today I am checking out Dark Holler with you guys. I had gotten this with my last order from the Country Squire, and I've been meaning to do a review of it. Now, I will let you guys know that I've already smoked probably 5 or 6 bowls of this, but we're gonna get into it today, kind of go through everything, and it's a good blend for a cold winter day like today. So, just hop right in. Oh, gosh, that's a nice hit of sweet and cocoa-y notes. So, Dark Holler, now this is their 2026 release from the Country Squire. It's a limited edition batch. They only put it out in these 4-ounce bags as far as I am aware. And it's got Burley, I believe some Red Virginias, Black Cavendish, and a nice hit of Louisiana Perique. And with all that said, the reason why I got this, you know, it's a cool name for sure, but the reason I got it was it actually has, let me see if I can find it here. Is it by my side? Yes, it is. It actually has some really interesting flavor notes. So when I looked into this, they talked about nutmeg and caramel and red wine and spiced fruits and chocolate, and I'm just like, wow, you're just hitting me from every which way here. Yeah, it sounded amazing. So as far as the bag note and what I get, there's a very sweet, fruity note from the bag here. And you can definitely get almost like a milk chocolate, a very sweet chocolate note in there. And then there's something else. It's almost maybe a bit of an alcoholic note, and that could be the red wine. You know, I don't know if they use like a wine topping on here or not. But the tobacco itself, why don't you guys go ahead and take a look at that? You can see it in there. You see definitely see the Virginias, and of course the Black Cavendish is always, you know, a nice standout in these things. But yeah, and I will also say that it's a very nice moisture level. Now with the toppings, of course, you can kind of feel that on your fingers as you play with the tobacco a little bit. But overall, it looks beautiful, smells fantastic. It's going to be interesting to see what we pick out from the smoke. But today, I am smoking out of a classic pipe right here. Yeah, my first pipe that I got from Pipes and Cigars, a little Missouri Meerschaum. I think this is a birchwood pipe, but very cool. The thing just works. I love it. And for as much as I kind of abuse this little guy, I think the only thing that might break on it, to be honest, is the stem there eventually. I have a lot of chatter right there, so it's much loved. So nothing wrong with that. I'll go ahead and pack up my bowl. But yeah, overall, this blend, it's so warm and inviting, especially from the overall flavor profile described on the website. And of course, you know, the fun thing about the Country Squire, and Ken Byron Ventures does this too, but I do love the artwork that they like to package with this. This came with it there, and I think that's very cool. Nice and creative. So, all right, well, how does it take to the flame? Let's find out. Right off the bat, I'm getting like a semi-sweet chocolate. And I'm getting that wine flavor in there. So in this blend, with the Virginias, okay, fine, you can expect your sweetness, maybe some fruitiness. The Burleys, nuttiness, chocolatey notes. I really do like the chocolate that's in here. I wouldn't describe it as a cocoa. It's very much a chocolate. Man, it's like chocolate and red wine, which I mean, I'm good with that for sure. But I know there's supposed to be some other elements in here as far as coconut and I think almond and then some kind of spiced fruit. It lights up nicely. And the aroma, the smoke itself, it very much carries that chocolate and wine note to it. The other thing I'll say is, like many red wines, and I am not a wine connoisseur by any means, but there's a bit of a dry note to that smoke as it rests on my palate. So I really am, I'm almost getting the experience of enjoying a nice glass of red with some milk or semi-sweet chocolate. Just getting the bowl warmed up here. Okay, so okay, I could almost get a little bit of coconut as I get that bowl warmed up, and if I hold the draw on just a moment, it's kind of like if you've ever had dry coconut, you know, out of the bag in the stores, you get the big dried coconut, and you take some of that, just chew on a little bit. It's almost that kind of sweetness in there. It's not cloyingly sweet by any means, which is nice. It very much is a bunch of really nice natural flavors coming together. And I would say overall it's more on the darker, deeper notes of flavor. Again, nothing in here is overly sweet. Yeah, and it's nice on the retrohale. I'm not getting any issues there. And overall, it really does just carry that red wine and chocolate. So nice. Wow. Man, it's got some nice clouds to it too. Oh man. So I'll tell you, this is what I was smoking outside earlier as I was walking my dog around the backyard. And on a day like today, having those warm, spiced elements and the red wine and the chocolate, yes, nice, warm, and inviting indeed. Yeah, even as I get this thing more and more warmed up, I find that red wine for me just builds, especially on the back of my palate. It almost, I almost get like a bit of a tart bitterness. Man. I would say that the bag note definitely comes off as sweeter than what I'm getting out of the actual smoke itself. which I'm happy about. Like I said, it feels like a much more natural sweetness than just a bunch of toppings thrown on it. Now, that said, I'm sure there are plenty of toppings on this, but overall very nice. Now, as far as that Perique, because this does have Perique in it, which I love me some Perique and Latakia. I'm good with both. Maybe that's what I'm getting. Maybe that note that I'm picking up on the back of my palate is that pepperiness. But it's so kind of subdued and smoothed out by the that red wine. If you like wine as a topping, the other one I would recommend you check out is the Visions of Celophaeus, which I'm pretty sure you can still get from Cornell and Deal. But that's the one where they talk about, oh, it's similar to a tawny port. And, you know, to mixed reviews. I know some people like it, some people don't. I know some people don't think it tastes much like a port. That's fine. Say that it tastes like a cheap red wine. It definitely has a wine topping in that one, and I really do enjoy that blend. But this is nice. Wine and chocolate. Yeah. That is fantastic. And I got plenty of it with this 4-ounce bag. So, very nice overall. Another fine blend by everyone over there at the Country Squire. Well, I have got, and by the way, they use tape on their bags. The Viking Piper pointed that out. As to my bags of tobacco, I put a nice little thank you sticker because it peels off a lot easier, and I find that tape tends to either tear the bag or is just hard to fumble with. Not a fan, but that's okay. Little things, you know? But coming up, because there is just so much to talk about in the wonderful world of tobacco, I'm going to be going over a true classic, After Hours Flake. I have not done a review on this yet, but I have almost smoked this entire 2-ounce tin of it because that is just a wonderful blend. So, until that review, I got plenty of stuff coming up this week. By the way, you can get this and a bunch of other fantastic blends that I have reviewed by Cornell & Deal from my website, SmokyVale.com or SmokyValePipeTobacco.com. Either one will take you to where you need to go. Until then, if you like the video, please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And guys, keep warm out there. I think the snow is finally done falling. Well, I hope so. You really do taste the Burley in here too. That nice nutty chocolatey notes that you get from a Burley. It's so nice. Red wine and chocolate. Can't go wrong with that.